Setting goals is useless when it comes to New Year's resolutions, right? Depending on when you're watching this video, it's almost the new year. And by the way, I hope you had a happy holidays and may the new year bring many blessings in the new year, right? So when it comes to setting goals, we always are taught in school, we're taught on the online, we're taught to set goals, and that is how we achieve what we desire to achieve in our career paths. But what if I told you that setting goals is completely useless? You see, when it comes to setting goals, there's three huge problems with setting goals, and that's exactly why, if you've ever experienced this, where you keep setting goals and you're so attentive to setting goals, but somehow the months turn into years, the years turn into decades, and you still look back and you say, how come whenever I am setting the goals, I have the right intention, I'm doing my best, I'm planning it out, I'm setting the goals, but I just still don't seem to achieve my most meaningful ones, right? If that's you, have you ever wondered why? Right? The reason why is because there's three problems with setting goals. The first problem is that both winners and losers, right, both successful candidates and unsuccessful candidates, everybody has the same goals. Right? Winners and losers set goals too. Successful candidates for the job application and those who are unsuccessful, they set goals too. So that is not what distinguishes success versus failure or winners versus losers. Setting goals does not distinguish. Right? It does not make or break your ability to achieve your most meaningful goals. So that's not the thing. If you have been entirely focused on the goal setting process, the action or the activities associated with goal setting, then it's an incomplete picture. Right? That's the first problem, is that both winners and losers set goals as well. So what is the distinguishing part? So that's the first problem. The second problem is that when you set goals, it really sets us up for failure and disappointment. Because what do we say to ourselves whenever we set out towards this particular goal? We say to ourselves something that sounds like, well, if only I can get that promotion, then I'll be happy. If I can get this reward, then I'll know that I'm worth it. Right? We set up these mental if-then statements, and they are conditions. They're conditions. I will have the life I want. I will be happy in my relationships. I will be successful. I'll go on vacation. I'll be able to contribute to causes I care about if I achieve fill in the blank. And so these subconscious if-then statements cause our unhappiness. They cause a lot of stress and also disappointment. And then on a deeper level, they cause us to question ourselves. And therefore, we begin to confirm our suspicions of, well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I need to go back to school. Well, maybe I am just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be me. It's just not, I'm not the right person for this. And so it creates that downward spiral. And it could be because the essence of focusing solely on setting goals. The third problem with setting goals, and that as the main focus, the third problem is that it does not create continuity. Because what happens when we meet a goal that we set out for? We just go on to the next one. And then we meet that goal, we go on to the next one. And sometimes when we're setting goals, we meet the goal, we move to the next one, we don't take the time to really think about what did work for me here. And we set goals and we can still feel quite unsatisfied and still on a deep level unfulfilled, even though we met that first goal or the next one. So it doesn't create a cohesive continuity in life and in our career paths either. So those are the three problems when it comes to setting goals. So then you might be asking yourself, well, that's great, but then what do I do? The key is that the sole focus cannot be about setting goals. It's about creating a flywheel. So what do I mean by flywheel? Right, so for those of you who are watching who are engineers, you know exactly what this means. A flywheel is a mechanism that when you put some momentum into it, when you put effort into a flywheel, it builds upon momentum. And at the end of it, eventually, so much momentum is created that the outcome just produces itself and it seems completely automatic. So instead of focusing solely on setting goals, spending money on just the journal that you set goals in and you write them down and then you put it there and you review your goals every day, that's not enough. What you need to begin to think about is the systems of actions. That is your flywheel. What is the system of actions you need to take? Right? So I want to hear from you, by the way. Right? Passive listening doesn't create transformation. We got to be actively listening. So comment below. What are some takeaways you've had so far? And have you been focused on solely setting goals so far, right? And what are your meaningful goals that you want to achieve? So comment below because I want to hear from you, right? So the key is to take that one step further. Yes, the essence of what I want to achieve, I know that vision, which is the meaningful goal I want to achieve. But what are the systems of actions I need to take? And all of these systems of actions, each one is going to point me towards the direction of that goal. You see, what happens now when you do it this way, when you focus instead on the flywheel, is that every day becomes a win. It's no longer an if-then statement. Every day becomes a win. And every action you take, and by the way, it's not just big actions, it's every system of action. And every action you take towards it is consistent. It's daily consistent actions. They give you wins on a daily basis. They move you towards their goal. And what happens is that each action adds upon the other one. It stacks upon the other one until such point as so much momentum begins to be created. And the law of momentum states that it's like a snowball effect. It builds upon the other until eventually the desired goal you have, the end state that you desire, just seems to happen automatically. Which is why sometimes you can see people having what's called an overnight success. We see the beginning and the end, but we don't see the actions, the systems of actions they've been taking behind the scenes. And then all of a sudden they explode. And why does that happen? It's because of the flywheel. So if you're hearing this and you're nodding and you're like, I'm curious, I want to learn more, and you want the help to take your career and your life to the next level in the new year, or in what's a new chapter for your life, then I invite you to book a call with me. Below this video, there's a description, a link below there that you can reach out to me if you want my mentorship and my coaching to help you to take things to the next level. And by the way, this is only for you if you're serious about this. If you're an executive, or if you want to become an executive in your career, a leader in your industry. This is not for you if you're at the beginning of your career, or if you're just still trying to figure things out, or if you're a recent graduate. This is not for you. It is for you if you want to be a leader and you have established career path and you know that you can do more than this. Then I invite you to book a call, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. So if you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to my channel, ring that bell, and I look forward to hanging out with you in my next video.